Hello everyone, welcome back to the fast track revision series of UGC NET Electronic Science. In this video we are going to learn about the basics of counters. Okay, so the basics of counters we are going to learn in this video, right? If you are first time to my channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get video notifications from my channel. Right, so what are the important points that you have to remember for counters? So the first point which you have to remember is counters are the circuits. Okay, so counters are the circuits which are formed by cascading flip-flops. Okay, so by cascading the flip-flops we are going to have the counters, or we are going to construct the counters. Okay, so that means flip-flops are the basic elements for counters. That is, counters are built using flip-flops. Second point which you have to remember is counters counts the number of clock pulses arriving at its input. Okay, so counters, as we know, it performs counting operation. So counting operation it will perform. So how it perform counting operation is, suppose if the counters are made up of negative edge triggered flip-flops. So upon application of the clock pulse, right? So upon the application of the clock pulse, due to the construction of counter, so what will happen is, upon application of each negative clock pulse, so counter will counts the value. If it is up counter, again there are two types, up counter and down counter. So up counter starts from 0 and increments for every clock pulse. So if a clock pulse is arrived, so initial value is changed to 1, and then for the next clock pulse that value will be changed to 2. Okay, so it will count to the maximum count. If it is down counter, it starts from maximum value. Okay, so it starts from maximum value and then decreases, and finally it will become 0. Okay, so this will be up to maximum. So this is called as up counter and this is called as down counter. Up counter starts from 0 and ends at maximum. Down counter starts from maximum and ends at 0. Okay, I will tell you about this maximum later. Right, so third point is, so understood. So what is counter? Counters are the circuits which are formed by cascading flip-flops. Second, counter counts the number of clock pulses arriving at its input. Okay, at its input will give the clock pulse, because flip-flops always based the operation of flip-flop based on clock pulse only, so it counts the number of clock pulses arriving at its input. Right, so counters are useful. What are the uses of counter? Okay, so counters are used in frequency divide. Counters can be used as frequency divider circuits. Okay, frequency divider circuits. This I will explain when I am explaining you the counters. Okay, so it will be useful for waveform generation, and it is also used in timers. So counters can be used in timers because it performs counting operation. Okay, so these are the important points which you have to remember. Suppose the fourth point which you have to remember is, suppose if you have n-bit counter. So n-bit counter, whenever you use the word n-bit counter, means you are using n flip-flops. 2-bit counter, that is means you are using 2 flip-flops. 3-bit counter, that means you are using 3 flip-flops. Okay, so n bit counter means you are using n flip-flops. That is the thing which you have to remember. Okay, so as I've told you, this is maximum. This maximum value I am taking it as n. Generally we will call this as modulus number. Modulus number. Okay, small n represents n bit counter that represents n flip-flops to be used, and capital N represents its modulus number. Modulus number means maximum count. Maximum count of the particular counter is called as its corresponding modulus number. Okay, suppose if you are calling it as n bit binary counter, so n bit binary counter, generally we'll call this as n bit binary counter. So n bit binary counter, right? So its modulus value n should always be less than or equal to 2 power n. Modulus value should always be less than or equal to 2 power n. So maximum count, maximum modulus number possible is 2 power n only. So maximum modulus number possible is 2 power n. So n bit binary counter will count from 0 to 2 power n minus 1. 0 to 2 power n minus 1. So it always counts from 0 to 2 power n minus 1. Suppose if you have 3-bit counter, right? So 3-bit counter, which means we are using 3 flip-flops. Okay, so how we are using, I'll tell you in my next classes. No problem. So until then, just have this concept. So 3-bit counter means we are using 3 flip-flops. So when you are using 3-bit counter, its modulus number should be always less than or equal to 2 power 3. So modulus number should always be less than or equal to 8. So maximum modulus number is 8. Maximum modulus number is 8. So that means it will count from 0 to 7. So 0 to 7, totally it becomes 8. So total count number will becomes 8. Okay, so this is the concept here. So n bit counter will consist of n flip-flops, and maximum modulus number should always be less than or equal to 2 power n. In that case, it counts from 0 to 2 power n minus 1. This is important. Okay, so this is about counter. So suppose sometimes they may give you some questions like suppose 5-bit counter is used. Okay, so 5-bit counter is used after suppose 175 clock pulses. After 175 clock pulses, what is the value of counter? What is the value? That is, what does the counter have in its count? What is the value of counter? They will ask you. Okay, so what will happen here is, after reaching the maximum modulus number, suppose 3-bit counter is there. 3-bit counter is there, so it counts from 0 to 7. So after getting 7, it again resets to 0, and again count starts. Again count starts from 0 to 7 again. Again after reaching 7, it resets to 0. So this reset phenomenon will automatically occurs. Okay, so if this question is asked, this type of question is asked, 5-bit counter is there after 175 clock pulses, what is the counter? So 5-bit counter will count from 0 to 31. So totally it will count 2 power 5, which is equal to 32. Okay, so after every 32 clock pulse, the counter is going to reset. So it counts from 0 to 31. So after 31, it again resets to 0. That means after every 32 clock pulses, it is going to reset. That means in order to count the value of counter after 175 clock pulses, you have to divide it with 32. 175 if you divide, right, so it becomes 5, and it will be 160. So it will be 15, because counter cannot have fractional values, so it will be divided by 5. So it will have 5 cycles totally. So from 0 to 31, it will repeat for 5 times, totally 5 times. and it will be 160, and then again it will be 15, right? So it starts from 0 and 31, first time, second time, third, fourth, fifth, 5 times it will be repeated. In the 6th time, because the number of clock pulses given is only 175, so if you divide it, you will get the remainder as 15. So the value of counter will be 0, 4 ones, which is equal to 15. Okay, so this is how we can find the value of counter, right? So if you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section. I will answer to your questions, right? So there are 2 types of counters. Okay, so one is asynchronous counter and second is synchronous counter. Okay, so we will learn one by one the type of counters in my next classes. Okay.